Good afternoon, everyone. And here in front of you to discuss about my topic for this afternoon. And my topic is all about the human resource management or the HRM. For our learning objectives for this afternoon, first is to explain the human resource management and organization. Second is to define and discuss some of the major HRM activities. And the third is to identify the functions of an HRM. Okay, so what is an HRM or the human resource management? Anybody? Okay, so human resource management is a management function concerned with hiring, motivating, and maintaining people in an organization. It focuses on people in organization. Human resource management is designing management system to ensure the human talent is used effectively and efficiently to accomplish organizational goals. HRM is a management functions that helps managers to recruit, select, train, and develop members of an organization. HRM is concerned with people's dimensions and organization. Okay, the following constitute the core of HRM. First, HRM involves the application of management functions and principles. The functions of principles are applied to acquiring, developing, maintaining, and providing remunerations to employees in organization. Second, decision relating to employees must be integrated. So decision on different aspects of employees must be consistent with other human resource or HR decisions. The third, decision may influence the effectiveness of an organization. Effectiveness of an organization will result in betterment of services to consumers in form of high quality products supplied at reasonable costs. HRM functions are not confined to business establishment only, but applicable to non-business organizations such as education, healthcare, recreation, and likes. So the functions of HRM, first, planning. So planning is an important function of management because it sets the pace for all subsequent steps in the managerial process. You need to develop the roadmap for the future, predefined step to accomplish organizational goals. In this step, you'll have to evaluate methods and strategies to determine how you'll progress towards your goal. Second, organizing. This is where you will put your plan into action by establishing a system of authority or hierarchy in the context of your organizational structure. Determine the tasks that need to be completed to achieve your goals before assigning them to your staff. As opposed to the traditional ways of working where manager made all the decision. Today's business world is more dynamic and flexible. Every member of the organization, regardless of position, shares accountability and responsibility. Okay, the third is staffing. This is another important function of management. You have to assign the task based on each team member's knowledge, skills, and abilities. You have to be careful here because you may have to hire new talent for a specific task that requires specific technical expertise. Assessing the needs of your employees in terms of incentives, training and development, and compensation are critical for the success of this step. Okay, directing. So directing is concerned with supervising in your team's progress. In this step, you have to keep on channel of communication and get regular updates to stay on top of things. A great way to do this is by giving and receiving feedback to address any problem areas and improve performance. This is more you have to act as a leader, navigate conflict, and motivate your employees to take initiative. So the next is controlling. This is where you have to measure the progress of each step, establish and planning stage against your organizational goals. This step requires you to coordinate with your employees to ensure that they're moving in the right direction in the right manner. According to Golek's 7 functions of management, controlling can be understood in terms of coordinating, reporting, and budgeting. So the rule of an HRM. So the rule of an HRM is to plan, develop, administer policies and programs designed to make optimum to use an organization's human resources. It is the part of management. It is concerned with the people at work and with relationship within enterprises. Its objectives are effective utilization of human resources, desirable working relationships among all members of the organizations, and maximum individual development. The first and foremost rule of an HR personnel is to impart continuous education to employees about the changes and challenges facing the country in general and their organization in particular. The employees should know about the balance sheet of the company, sales progress, and diversification of plans, share price movements, and turn and other details about the company. Okay, so the primary responsibilities of the HR resource managers are to develop a thorough knowledge of corporate culture, plans, and policies, to act as an internal change agent and consultant, to initiate change, act as expert and facilitator, to actively involve in company strategy and formulation, to keep communication and line open between the HRD functions and individuals and groups both within and outside the organization, to identify and evolve HRD strategies in consonance with overall business strategies, to facilitate the development of various organizational teams and their working relationship with other teams and individuals, to try and relate people and work so that the organization objectives are achieved efficiently and effectively, to diagnose problems and determine appropriate solutions, particularly in the human resource areas. Next is to provide coordination and support services for the delivery of HRD programs and services, to evaluate the impact of an HRD intervention or to conduct research So as I identify, develop, or test how HRD in general has improved individual and organization performance. So the current classification of HR rules, according to R.L. Matthews and J.H. Jackson, 2010, several rules can be fulfilled with the HR management. The nature extent of these rules depend on both what upper management want to HR management to do, the competences the HR staff have demonstrated. The three rules are typically identified for HR: the administrative, operational actions, and the strategic HR. Okay, the administrative rule of HR, the administrative role of HR management have been heavily oriented to administration and record keeping, including essential legal paperwork and policy implementation. Major changes have happened in administrative rule of HR during the recent years. Two major shifts driving the transformation of administrative rules are greater use of technology and outsourcing. Next is operational and employee advocate role. For HR managers and manage must HR activities in line with the strategies and operations that have been identified with management and serve as employee, the champion for employee issues and concern. HR often has been viewed by the employee advocate in organization. They act as the voice for the employee concerns. They spend considerable time on HR crisis management, dealing with employee problems that are both work-related and not work-related. Employee advocacy helps to ensure fair and equitable treatment for employees regardless for personal background or circumstances. Next is the strategic rule for HR. The administrative rule traditionally has been the dominant rule for HR. Difference between the operational and strategic rule exists in a number of HR areas. The strategic area HR rule means that HR professionals are proactive in addressing business realities and focusing on future business needs such as strategic planning, compensation strategies, the performance of HR, and measuring its results. However, in some organizations, HR often does not play a key role in formulating the strategies for the organization as a whole. Instead, it is merely carries them out through HR activities. Some examples or areas of strategies contribution can be made by HRs are evaluating mergers and acquisition for organizational compatibility, structural changes and staffing needs, conducting workforce planning to anticipate that retirement of employees at all levels and identify workforce expansion and organizational strategic plans, leading site selection of efforts for new facilities or transferring operation to international outsourcing, then location-based of workforce needs. Instituting HR management system to reduce administrative time, equipment, and staff by using HR technologies. Then working with executives to develop a reverse sales, compensation and incentives plans and new products. Okay, the operative functions. The operative functions of HR are those duties or functions which are handled by human resource department in an organization. Human resource management department is the backbone of any organization. The HR department chooses the right person from the market and places the right individual in the appropriate department. Recruitment includes gathering a pool of applications from which suitable employees are selected by the HR manager. HR, being an HR professional, you have to highly selective when it comes to recruiting an employee. Okay, the functions of HR management. The operative functions of personnel management are those operation duties or functions of human resource department implemented by HR managers. The operative functions of HRM encompass a wide range of duties. First, recruitment and selection. Second, employment. Third, compensation. Fourth, training and development, performance and appraisal, maintenance, and labor relations. Okay, so in recruitment and selection refers to the process of attracting, screening, and selecting qualified people for a position while incorporating employment and equity principles and practices. The contribution of each employee play a pivotal role in the sustenance and growth of the business. Hence, it is extremely important to select the right person for the job. Okay, so it is very crucial for the HR. Okay, that's employment. Employment is the foremost operative function of HRM. This task is carried by HR managers for all the department of any organization. The HR department creates personal policies and coordinates with all departments of the firm. Employment includes securing and employing the professionals who possess required skill that is necessary for achieving the organizational objectives. It is also covers job analysis, recruitment, selection, placing of the candidate, induction sessions, and internal mobility. When you decide to excel your career as an HR professional, you have to be highly skilled and experienced to carry out above-mentioned work with precision. Compensation means determining the pay scale and other emoluments of the employees, establishing and maintaining properly the pay system of any firm in concern with the considered by the most important task of HR managers. Being an HR manager, you have to need just and impartial pay rates of the employees. In addition, this is an HR manager must regularly manage the performance of system employees and should continue to design rewarding scheme of the employees such as the performance-based incentive, bonus, and flexible working schedule. So the training and development. This human resource management function enables employees to obtain skill and knowledge to perform their jobs effectively. Training and development programs are organized to both new existing employees. Employees are just to set the higher level tasks and responsibilities through this operative function of HRM. Performance appraisal. So this function is used for checking and analyzing employee performance to ensure that performance of employees is at acceptable level. It is another important function of an HRM performs. Maintenance. The maintenance of functions of an HRM includes retaining the efficient and skilled professionals in the organizations. When it comes to maintenance functions, HR managers have to ensure to the employees that they must have occupational safety. A positive working ambience is what the employees must have an organization. And this must be provided by the HR department after working for prolonged period. The brain needs recreation to work accurately. Labor relations. This operative function refers to human resource management, communication with employees denoted by trade union. Employees form a union to gain more voice in decisions that affecting benefits, wages, and working conditions, etc. Employee motivation is necessary as it increases their productivity and efficiently, thus increasing the overall organization output. Motivation of workers is affected by 4 drivers, namely the drive to acquire, band, comprehend, and defend. These drivers are made to work with the help of certain factors. So the key takeaways. The capital includes all resources a company uses to generate revenue. Human resource as the people working of the organizations are the most important resource. Human resource management is the process of employing people, training them, compensating them, developing policies relating to the workforce, and developing strategies to retain employees. There are 7 main responsibilities of HR managers: staffing, setting policies, compensation, benefits, retention, training, employment laws, and working protection. In this book, each of these major areas will be included in the chapter or next chapter. In addition to being concerned with the several internal aspects, HR managers must keep up to date with changes in external environment that may impact their employees. The trends toward flexible schedules and telecommunicating are examples of external aspects. To effectively understand how the external forces might affect human resource, it is important for the HR manager to read the HR literature, attend conferences, and utilize other ways to stay updated with laws and trends of the policies. Okay, so this ends my report. Thank you, and God bless you all. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.